Hello, my name is John Kirkeslinger. We're doing a project with the Good Eating Company, with a company in Atlanta, and probably 3 months ago, I had a conversation with Bill Green, who is the director of the Common Market. And I remember I was at the Dothan golf course, and he called me, and we chatted for about an hour. And I said, we want to do a special project. We want to do something special. And we want to create relationships with farmers. It's not so much about the food, it's about the relationship. We want to get to know people, we want to get to know the farmers, their kids, and we want to hang out at a farm. So we've made a couple of trips. We've done some hydroponic lettuce farms, we've done the mushroom farm, we've done a chicken farm, we've met the guys that grow our collard greens, that grow our sweet potatoes, and we like them. We like hanging out with them. So today we're at L.A.J. Mushrooms with Howard Burke. We thought it would be great to just come up here and cook some mushrooms. So we brought the halibut up, and we broke that down a little bit earlier. And today we're going to do a shiitake mushroom crusted halibut dish. And then we're going to feed the farm. We were fortunate enough to meet some good folks downtown last night. There's a winery next door. We met several restaurant owners, and they're going to come in and have lunch later today. So that's the relationship piece. That's what we're looking for, and that's what we want. So the main dish is the shiitake mushroom crusted halibut, but we also have some vegan chili over here with cast iron skillets, some shiitake, some oysters, there's some impossible meat in there, some good spices, and a lot of mushrooms. So that's going to be on our lunch menu today. And then over here to my left, we're going to do I want to say wild mushroom, but a shiitake mushroom and smoked oyster soup, which is like a chowder. So we have that cooking over there. Just going to put some extra skillet mushrooms on there. All right. So we have some Blue Point oysters here, and it's a smoked oyster. It's a mushroom and smoked oyster soup. And we're gonna cheat a little bit. I like to use a little bit of liquid smoke, the liqueur from the oysters, and the oysters themselves. And we just let those sit for a little bit of water. We just swirl those guys around with the liquid smoke. We're just gonna let those sit. We're gonna drop these in the mushroom chowder back here right at the end so that they don't overcook. All right, so our main dish today, like I said, is the shiitake mushroom crusted halibut. And this is a cool dish. I've actually been doing this for a couple of years. And the Kansas City halibut strip steak that we're going to cook out on the grill later is also kind of a signature dish. So we'll get started on that. And we're also going to do these. So we have a fire going, a hardwood fire going outside there. It's a little windy, so we have people watching it. But we're going to do these shiitake mushrooms, just peppers, onions, and mushrooms, and then we have a little bit of fresh ginger, a little bit of garlic, a little fresh thyme, and some Thai chilies. So we're going to char these up real nice over an open flame, and then we're just going to brush them with the aromats. So those are going to be part of our lunch today as well. All right, so let's get into the shiitake mushroom crusted halibut. We have our mushrooms, and I tell you, when you pick a mushroom that's right behind you, it's really just a different ingredient altogether. And this is gonna act as our breading. It's just amazing to get something that's freshly harvested as opposed to being in transport for a few days or a few weeks before it even gets to you. It really is a different ingredient. It makes the flavor profiles of everything really pop. All right, so we have those shaved nice and thin. Pull my halibut out here, and we're gonna season up these steaks, the Kansas City halibut strip steaks. Man, it's just such a cool looking piece of fish. Look at that. So fresh as the bone there, like a Kansas City strip. So we're gonna throw these on here, and then we're gonna come back to these. I just wanna season them up a little bit. Don't wanna hide them from you. Got a little extra virgin olive oil. You find these Pam bottles, which are hard to find. Have the best spray nozzle, so that's why we have that. It's not Pam. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of kosher salt. We'll season those up real good. A little fresh cracked pepper. Just gonna keep that traditional, but I think we're gonna go a little with some Thai chili peppers here. We'll hit them with a little bit of Thai chili pepper. Got some fresh scallions. Just going to marinate these for a little bit while we work on the shiitake crusted dish. Then we have a little bit of fresh ginger, a little fresh garlic, and a little bit of parsley. A little more olive oil, and we'll just let these sit for a little bit. And when we grill off our shiitake mushroom skewers, we'll throw these halibut steaks on the grill as well. And it's so nice up here now today. The temperature is beautiful today. I think it's like 60 degrees, which is perfect. Get a little breeze going. Get some fresh fish, some fresh mushrooms. All right, so those are looking good. We're just going to set these off to the side with our oysters. So today is also harvest and packing day at the farm today. So there's a bunch of people running around right now, going through here and picking all the mushrooms. We'll let Howard explain that a little bit better later. And then they're packing them up for delivery. Got the LJ mushroom truck over here. Really is a cool operation. It's fun to be here. All right. So for our shiitake mushroom crusted, I cut these a little thinner. In the restaurant, we usually cut them a little bit thicker because we have ovens to work with. Here we're just working with a cast iron skillet and some burners. So we cut them a little bit thinner. We'll start with 4 pieces. That's nice. We're just going to season those up. A little bit of kosher salt. Both sides.
That's good.
Yeah, season it up really well. You eat both sides, so you season both sides, right? A little bit of black pepper. I'm okay with the black pepper on the fish. Some people like white pepper, but I like the black pepper. All right, so we season those up. And then basically what we're going to do here is set up a breading procedure. But in place of the breadcrumbs, we're going to use shiitake mushrooms. And we're only going to do one side of this. So we're going to dredge one side in flour. We'll shake off the excess. One side in the egg wash with a little bit of fresh chopped parsley in there. We're just going to lay it in the mushrooms. Press it down a little bit. Press it into those mushrooms that we just picked a minute ago. I don't know if I picked them right though. I cut them with the scissors. I'm going to check with Howard on that. I'm not quite sure how you harvest them. So we're going to hit our pan here with a little bit of olive oil. We got the right temperature there. And we want these shiitakes to get a nice caramelization on there. I don't know, to me it's my favorite mushroom. It's the most versatile of the mushrooms. What I really like about it has an amazing shelf life. This is awesome because we just picked them. But if they're sitting in your cooler, they have an awesome shelf life. And they take to a lot of different cooking techniques. You can fry them and make chips. I like to do torn shiitakes like we did on top of the chili. And it sounds good on a menu, torn shiitakes. Good sauteed, they're good in soup. They're just super versatile. I think it's the most versatile of the mushrooms. So in the restaurant, we would do one pan at a time, and then we're going to make the sauce here. A little bit of clarified butter. We'll turn these up a little bit. I really want that brown crust. That you have to have that brown, the caramelization on the shiitakes, how that balances with the lemon butter. So we're going to let those sit for a little bit. And here we're going to saute a couple of shallots. Those are amazing. The thing with oysters is a lot of times when you get them, they're all cracked on the edges. But these are beautiful. They're perfect. These are amazing looking oyster mushrooms. So we're going to chop some of these guys up. We're just going to caramelize these in the pan with some shiitakes. And we talked about the torn shiitakes. It just, I don't know, I thought that always sounded cool on the menu. Throw those guys in there. And let those caramelize a little bit. I want to go cut some more mushrooms. That's all I really want to do right now, because they're right there. Those are starting to get brown. Don't have quite the BTUs on these burners that we like, but this will work out just fine. There we go. All right, so this is the sauce. When I do the oysters in here, the blue points are nice. The liqueur is nice. It's salty, it's briny. I like to reduce that with the lemon and the wine. But we're not going to do the oysters in here today because we have the mushroom and oyster soup. So we're just going to stick to the mushrooms. A little bit of mushroom shallots. We're going to hit this with a little lemon, a little bit of white wine, some butter. Fish loves butter, mushroom. Everybody loves butter. Squeeze some lemon in there. So when you have the fish in the pan, when you drop this lemon in the hot pan, it spritzes up and it kind of coats the fish with lemon. But the lemon and the fish are going to have to catch up a little bit later here today. A little bit of white wine. So we got a nice caramelized mushrooms on top of there. Just a little bit of salt in the wine. You want to build this as you go. So come down a little bit more. So the butter is going to be the thickener of this. We got the white wine, the lemon, the butter, the shallots. It's all going to come together. I'm going to do this by feel. Once the halibut starts to separate a little bit, we'll apply a little bit of pressure. It's done. But if you need to temp it, it's about 145 degrees for the fish. It wants a little bit more butter. Let that butter thicken everything up so it sticks to the fish. The mushrooms, I'm going to turn these down a little bit. I'm going to flip this guy up right here. I like this platter. Alright, so it's trying to thicken that up. A little more salt. I'm going to shut that off. My fish is there. I'm going to take this piece here that has the best crust on it. And this dill looked amazing. It wasn't really on my menu, but it looked so fresh, I thought I'd grab a little bit of that. Some fresh dill in there. Swirl that around a little bit. Yeah, it looks so good. Do a little family style presentation here. The shiitake mushroom crusted. halibut fillet with an oyster mushroom, LJ oyster mushroom, and LJ shiitake mushroom, lemon butter sauce. That is going to be fantastic.